Do you know where the loneliest place on earth is? The loneliest place on earth is not in a geographical location where you're sitting by yourself without company or with people around. The loneliest place on earth, when you are lonely there, is probably one of the worst places to be lonely, and that is in your marriage. For many people, it's a surprising fact that many people find themselves feeling alone in their marriages. Why do you feel alone in your marriage? For many people, feeling alone in their marriages happen because of unresolved conflicts, because of unmet needs, unshared feelings. And sometimes people feel alone in their marriages because of just the lack of communication and busy schedules, and they just feel disconnected. They don't feel like they're in a partnership. I remember, speaking with various couples and thinking like, wow, when they were single, they thought, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to get married, because it was just like, wow, I'll never be alone again. I'll always have company. I'll travel the world with this person. We'll stay up late at night talking. We'll be able to have a best friend. We'll be able to share all of our hopes and dreams and be able to talk about everything. And then they get into the marriage and they're like, oh my goodness, like, is this what marriage is about? Like, why did I get married to sit home every evening by myself? Why did I get married to have to call all my friends and share my most deep and intimate feelings and thoughts? Why is this person in this house with me and I am feeling so incredibly alone? And it is a surprising fact for many that you can be married and feel desperately alone. We want to bridge that gap. We want to figure out ways on how to tackle this aloneness, this state of feeling alone in the marriage. And one of the ways to start to address this is to definitely have open communication. Why am I feeling this way? Being able to speak to your partner and your spouse and say, hey, I am feeling extremely alone. I want to be able to share deeply. I want to be able to connect. I want to be able to deepen our friendship. I want to resolve this conflict. I want us to change our schedules so that we can actually spend time together. I want us to be more intentional. So having an open conversation about the fact that you actually do feel alone. And if it's about having unmet needs and not being able to share deeply, then have that conversation about the fact that you don't feel like you can be transparent. You don't feel like you can be vulnerable about how you see things and about what's affecting you. And sometimes, you guys, the truth is that you just might need to get professional help, and that's okay. Because again, marriage is one of the places that you never want to be alone. But unfortunately, it's a place where many people feel alone. Being able to navigate feeling alone in your marriage is such an important step, because I don't want anyone to just tolerate their marriage. I don't want anyone to just endure a marriage. I want you to enjoy the marriage that you have. I want you to thrive. I want you to wake up every morning and go to bed at night and say, God, thank you for this spouse. Not, Lord, why do I have to keep on feeling so alone and so by myself? Here's the thing. If you are the spouse that senses that your partner looks a little bit distant, they're seeming a little bit to themselves, they're not seeming like they're open to connection, they're not open to conversation, they're not open to spending time with you, they don't want to be intimate, ask them, what's going on and what can we do to change the trajectory of this marriage so that we are not operating like two ships in the night. Maybe they will be honest and say, I just feel alone. I don't feel like you understand me. I don't feel like you get me. I don't feel like you're interested in me. I don't feel like you make time for me. And even when we do make time for each other, we're on our we're scrolling on our phones. We're on social media. We're distracted. We're not giving each other our undivided attention. And having that conversation and doing whatever it takes so that you and your partner are not alone in that marriage. You did not get married to be alone, all right? So let's chip away at this thing and let's see what we can do to have less people in marriages where they feel alone. I want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment and let me know how you navigate marriage and what are some things that you could recommend to help people not feel alone in their marriages. It may not be you, but it could be someone that you know that you've maybe assisted, or you know that they did something that worked for them and you want to suggest it for someone else. All right. So let's share, and let's just see how many people we can help to feel less alone in their marriage. We're on a journey, you guys. Give yourself some grace. We'll see you next time.